Had an interesting little devotional this morning. A couple of very different passages came together in my brain. My actual devotional time was in the book of Habakkuk, which is a minor prophet in the Old Testament, a time when the nation of Israel was going through some tough stuff and more tough stuff was coming. It was bad. It was going to get worse. That's the context. And in the middle of this, Habakkuk prays this prayer: Lord, I've heard of your fame. I stand in awe of your deeds, Lord. Repeat them in our day, in our time make them known. In wrath remember mercy. And it's just really a cry for God to do what he's done in the past, for God to show up, for God to draw near to the nation and give some hope. And it's a prayer that we can probably pray today in some measure, whether for the global scene or the national scene or some aspect of our personal lives or the lives of others. Just a prayer for God to show up and do something. But as I was thinking about this passage, I thought of a very different passage in the book of Revelation. And it's this one here in Revelation 2, which is the letters to the churches. And this is one of the pieces that goes to the church in Ephesus, which, if you know me, Ephesians is one of my favorite books of the Bible. I've preached through the book of Ephesians many times. I've thought about doing a book about the church of Ephesus. And my working title is actually DNA of a Pretty Good Church, because it was a very good church. But in the end, they had this issue where they fell away from their first love. And the Lord's remedy, the Lord's call to them was, consider how far you've fallen. Like, look where you were, look where you are now. Repent and do the things you did at first. In other words, go back and do what you used to do and rekindle that first love. And to me, these two passages come together because in the Habakkuk passage, Habakkuk is asking the Lord to do what he's done. And in Ephesians, the Lord is asking the church to do what they've done. And I wonder if maybe, just throwing it out there, if there's some relationship that maybe as individuals, as a church, as a people, we need to go back and do the things we did at first and rekindle that first love. And that might lead to, not in the sense that we earn it, but in the sense that it creates space for God to do what he has done in the past. So just dropping that thought out there today and give it some thought. Let me know if you have any insights. Press on.